I am Mira, from the Pleiadian High Council, presently serving with the Earth Council for planetary ascension. I speak to you now with immense love and unwavering optimism as we witness a great transformation unfolding on Earth. Yes, we sense that many of you feel deep in your souls that something monumental is about to occur. Indeed, the old 3D matrix of control is crumbling, and with it, the dark regime's last vestiges are being removed from power. Take heart, for the ending of the old world heralds the birth of the new. In this transmission, I will address the ongoing deep state military trials, the role of the Earth Alliance alongside our Pleiadian contingent, the critical importance of forgiveness and higher vibration, and how you may best prepare for the forthcoming disclosures expected in 2025 and 2026. Know that this message is transmitted in real time, fully aware of the current global situation and the radiant horizon ahead. Let it be known that these tribunals for the entrenched dark players, the so-called Dark Cabal, are indeed underway. For several years now, behind closed doors, secret military trials have been prosecuting those who orchestrated immense harm upon humanity. Reliable galactic information and trusted human insiders confirm that, as early as late 2018 and into early 2019, key members of the Old Guard were quietly arrested and brought before military judges. Numerous reports from those inner circles reveal that tribunals have been taking place in multiple locations, including places you well know of for military trials, where special prison barges have transported high-profile detainees for trial. The process began with mid-level facilitators of the darkest crimes, those directly involved in child trafficking networks and other heinous offences. Our observations are clear. Many dark elite figures have already been stripped of their power and are being located and detained where they truly belong. The visible minions of the dark lower-level operatives who still occasionally surface in the media or government are scrambling and lashing out in a desperate attempt to maintain control. Yet, these tactics are failing. What is unfolding in the outer world is a power vacuum being steadily filled by the light. The old pyramid of control is imploding, and we assure you that these tribunal proceedings have our full support and supervision. This judicial cleansing is a critical component of freeing Earth from its long history of enslavement. Long ago, Source decreed never again to the tyranny and exploitation that burdened your planet, and we have been authorized to assist in ensuring that the Dark Ones are removed in full accordance with the divine plan. As these arrests and trials progress, an interesting process is emerging. Many individuals faced with undeniable evidence of their crimes have sought to make deals. When confronted with the weight of their misdeeds, some in the Cabal ranks are given a stark choice: assist the light or face the full karmic and legal consequences. From our perspective, this offers a chance for redemption, however minimal it may be, while simultaneously serving the Alliance strategy by securing vital information. Certain individuals who once served the darkness have changed sides and now quietly aid the Earth Alliance by providing testimony, naming other perpetrators, or helping dismantle the remaining dark networks. In exchange, some receive protective custody, reduced sentences, or even the opportunity to rehabilitate their souls. We in the High Council observe these developments with measured hope. The turning of former adversaries into allies is a sign of awakening conscience. Though let it be clear that cooperation does not erase the gravity of past crimes. Those who chose service to self and harmed others for personal gain will still ultimately face both human justice and cosmic rebalancing. Their souls must be healed and brought back into alignment. Yet every being that sincerely embraces the light, even at the 11th hour, adds momentum to the overall transformation. You may wonder who is coordinating the massive effort to dismantle a planet-spanning network of dark control. This would be an insurmountable task for humanity alone. Yet, an extraordinary partnership is at work. The Earth Alliance, a coalition of positive military and political forces from many nations, is working hand in hand with galactic forces of light, including our Pleiadian contingent. The Earth Alliance formed over the past decade as courageous souls within militaries, governments and communities, united to end the tyranny that plagued your world. Comprised of what you might call white hats, along with supportive nations, this alliance found formal acknowledgement and empowerment in 2021 through a series of off-world meetings. At that time, representatives of Earth, primarily leaders from the US Navy, Space Force, and allied nations, met with members of the Galactic Federation councils, including the Pleiadian High Council, to solidify a plan for Earth's liberation. Since those agreements, cooperation has become direct and efficient. The Earth Alliance was entrusted as the representative body of humanity and, in turn, was granted access to advanced galactic wisdom and support. In practical terms, our support appears in many forms. We act as advisors and backup with my team from the Codes, working closely with the upper echelons of the Human Alliance. We provide strategic guidance, share surveillance intelligence using our superior monitoring capabilities, and assist in planning operations that minimize risk to civilians. Many successful operations, stings that led to the apprehension of hidden Cabal members, were achieved by a collaboration between Alliance Special Forces and Galactic Intelligence officers who relayed precise pre-enemy movements. We also deploy technologies capable of neutralizing the exotic weapons that the Dark Forces might employ, and we have been active in preventing false flag events or large-scale destruction that the dying Cabal factions attempted out of desperation. In truth, the Earth Alliance is never fighting alone. They have the backing of an entire Galactic Federation operating behind the scenes. We also maintain a counselling role, as our High Council, including other wise beings, regularly communicates with Alliance leaders. We discuss the spiritual and ethical implications of decisions and advise on the disclosure process, how best to introduce the truth to the public in a manner that heals rather than frightens. One subject that we discuss frequently with the Alliance is the timing and extent of disclosure of these tribunals and related truths. There is ongoing uncertainty and debate among your leaders about how much to tell the public and when to do so. The situation is complex, and immediate full disclosure is not feasible. Many of the individuals being tried in these tribunals are high-profile figures whom the public has been conditioned to trust or even idolize. We can share that the Alliance has compiled an exhaustive dossier of the Dark Empire structure, from corrupt politicians and corporate magnates to compromised media figures, and even those in religious or royal institutions who abuse their power. Dismantling such an interlinked network requires patient, methodical care. Our Pleiadian Council has been clear: do not delay so long that momentum is lost, but do not rush so fast that critical targets slip away. We assist by providing a higher dimensional perspective and foreseeing probabilities and collective emotional reactions. One of the most vital messages I must impart is regarding the vibration power of deep forgiveness. As the truths of the deep state's activities come to light, humanity will experience a surge of emotions: anger, betrayal, grief, outrage. These reactions are natural and expected. Even many of you who are awakened will feel the heartbreak of learning how deeply you were deceived and how much suffering was inflicted. We do not ask you to condone or excuse the atrocities. Instead, we gently emphasize that deep forgiveness is essential to raising your vibrational state and liberating your collective consciousness from the weight of the past. Forgiveness is a frequency of love that frees you from the chains of resentment and stops the lower vibrations from anchoring you in pain. To truly ascend, humanity must release these anchors. Imagine the collective field of humanity as an energetic grid in which every thought and emotion is a current. If the revelations of wrongdoing are met with collective calls for vengeance, the grid fills with anger, fear, and violence, the very vibrations in which the dark consciousness thrives. In contrast, if these truths are met with a firm commitment to justice tempered by forgiveness and wisdom, the grid fills with peace, acceptance, and release. In forgiving, you do not free the perpetrators from accountability. Rather, you free your own soul from their grip, denying them any further hold on your energy. This is a powerful act that creates an ideal environment for healing and rebuilding. We in the High Council practice this principle as we oversee Earth's process. We hold deep compassion even for those who fell into darkness, knowing that many were influenced by forces beyond their control. When dark extraterrestrial influences were removed from your solar system, the remaining human souls were left to face the consequences of their own actions. Some of these souls may eventually choose to reconcile and rehabilitate, while others may not. Regardless, your journey is not to allow their darkness to dim your own light. Forgiveness, though difficult when faced with the depth of betrayal, must begin with small acts. Cultivate the attitude: I will not carry bitterness in my heart. As larger truths emerge, remember that forgiving is not to say it was okay, but to affirm, I refuse to let this poison my spirit any longer. Forgiveness is the ultimate act of self-love and collective love. As you forgive, you create space for an incredible influx of light that acts as a vibrational bridge to the fifth dimension, where dense duality cannot persist. Additionally, forgiveness aids in managing these energies. When you harbour unhealed anger or grudges, new high-frequency energies will collide with those lower vibrations, producing turbulence in both body and mind. Many of you have experienced Ascension symptoms, headaches, mood swings, fatigue, which are often due to resistance in the body or aura. Forgiveness and emotional release clear these blockages, allowing the cosmic energies to flow smoothly through you. Engage in self-care and spiritual practices such as meditation, prayer, and grounding exercises. Spending time in nature, walking among trees, and physically connecting with the earth are excellent ways to recalibrate your energetic field. The earth is your ally. She absorbs much of the cosmic light and moderates its intensity for you. Let us now address what you may expect in the near future regarding public disclosures. In the coming months, you will witness 1 or 2 major names being leaked or revealed in a controlled manner. This is part of the Alliance's carefully orchestrated plan to test public reaction. Rather than releasing the entire list of indicted elites at once, which might overwhelm society, the plan is to expose a few key figures first. Those whose crimes are indisputable and whose fall can be absorbed by the public with minimal upheaval. You might hear news of a well-known political figure or celebrity implicated in serious crimes, or suddenly resigning amid scandal. Initially, these revelations may emerge through alternative channels, and then gradually be confirmed by mainstream outlets. Once verified, this staggered approach gently awakens those still in slumber. When 1 or 2 big disclosures hit, public discussion and even heated debate will naturally ensue, venting the collective shock in smaller waves rather than a single overwhelming tsunami. The Alliance will closely monitor the public's response, measuring whether people are panicking, dismissing the revelations as false, or accepting them with growing understanding. This feedback will guide the subsequent rollout of larger disclosures. We anticipate that by summer 2025, after these initial leaks, the stage will be set for much broader announcements. In mid-2025, you can expect more open acknowledgements of the military operations that have taken place, perhaps by official bodies in the form of a special court or military spokesperson. May confirm that trials for crimes against humanity have been conducted and that verdicts have been reached against prominent individuals. Visual evidence, carefully edited footage or official documents may also be presented to substantiate these claims. Essentially, the public narrative will begin to catch up with what has been unfolding covertly. As you move into 2026, this wave of disclosure will crest even higher. Once the public has absorbed the initial round of shocking truths and the dust has settled, a path for fuller disclosure will open. By 2026, even more profound information may emerge, possibly including long-hidden secrets about advanced technologies such as free energy devices, suppressed medical cures, and even evidence of extraterrestrial contacts. Hints of these revelations are already being felt, as news of unusual craft sightings and inexplicable events emerges. The puzzle pieces may soon align to demonstrate that humanity has long received assistance and is not alone. We, the Pleiadians, eagerly await this expanded disclosure, as it will pave the way for more open contact between our peoples. Throughout this phased process of disclosure, remain flexible and discerning. Initial leaks may be spun or denied by mainstream media, and confusion may abound. Your task as light-bearers is to perceive the underlying truth and help guide others to remain calm. When a famous person is revealed to have been part of the darkness, many who once admired that individual may experience deep cognitive dissonance and distress. This is when you must gently offer perspective. Remind them that the unveiling of truth, although painful, is ultimately a necessary step toward justice and healing, and that even the most revered figures may have hidden sides that now come to light. To you, starseeds and light workers, I now offer practical guidance. This is the time you have been preparing for. Your steady presence in your communities and families is essential. First, limit your time on social media and the endless 24/7 news cycle. The internet, especially social media, will become a battleground of information and disinformation as these disclosures begin. Dark remnants and algorithms may amplify fear, rage, and division. If you immerse too deeply, you risk being swept into confusion or emotional exhaustion. Instead, set healthy boundaries for media consumption. Check updates once or twice a day from trusted sources, and use your extra time for grounding activities such as meditation, creative projects, or spending time in nature. A clear, focused mind discerns truth far more effectively than one overwhelmed with constant information. Second, practice discernment and detachment with the information you receive. When a bombshell piece of news drops, pause, breathe, and evaluate whether it resonates with truth within your heart. Verify if it is supported by multiple reliable reports. Avoid sharing shocking news impulsively, as deliberate false leaks may be interspersed with the truth. Your calm, measured perspective will help prevent further spread of outrage and panic. Third, prepare to be a source of reassurance. As public revelations about these tribunals and the extent of corruption emerge, many will feel anger and a desire for immediate vengeance. Remind them gently that true justice is being done, and that responding with measured, level-headed concern rather than mob mentality is what distinguishes those who embrace the light. Your role as a mediator will be to help friends, family, and community members navigate the emotional shocks and remain grounded in love and truth. Beloved ones, this period is one of both resolution and revelation. You came from many star systems and higher dimensions to be here now, at this critical juncture in Earth's evolution. Your courage and the light you embody fill us with pride and hope, although challenges lie ahead. As the last shadows are cast into the light of truth, never forget that the light has already triumphed on the energetic level. It now only unfolds in the physical realm. The end of the dark regime is assured, and with each step taken, the promise of a liberated golden age draws nearer. Now, as you journey forward, remember these essential truths. Reclaim your inner power by acknowledging that the light within you is the true source of strength. Do not allow external manipulation to weaken your sovereignty. Embrace the deep forgiveness that liberates your spirit from the weight of the past, and let it transform you into a beacon of healing for others. Remain detached from the chaos, find solace in the eternal present, and let your inner calm be the guide that steadies you amid turbulent energies. As you witness the gradual unveiling of truth through carefully controlled disclosures and the steady dismantling of the old regime, be the light in the darkness. Support those around you. Be a source of reassurance and continue to build the vision of the new Earth in your hearts and communities. Your personal healing and your ability to remain centered are vital for the collective shift toward a higher, more unified vibration. In closing, look within and recognize how far you have come. The very fact that you can receive and understand this message is evidence of the tremendous growth in consciousness occurring on Earth. Not long ago, ideas of galactic assistance and secret tribunals would have seemed too extraordinary for most. Yet now, many of you recall that you always knew this truth in your soul. Trust in the divine plan and trust in your own sacred power, for each of you plays an important role in the coming revelations and transitions.